Welcome to my channel, AquaStarGoddess. If you are new here, definitely subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notifications each and every time I upload a new video, and smash the like button. Hopefully you guys are doing well. It is AquaStarGoddess here tapping in to do a tarot reading. I feel like we did a live yesterday and I can't remember what I was talking about, but I'm pretty sure it's something to the effect of, you know, like being mindful of all people, not just people outside of your environment, but people even in your close-knit family, in your surroundings, significant others, etc., etc. Okay, so yeah, so that's the video that we were talking about yesterday, and I think I need to retitle it that and make it something of that caliber. And I think I need to change the, hold on guys, I think I need to change the charger that I'm using, because I'm at 1% and it's looking like it's not moving at all. So let me get the charger. I was actually driving somebody and she left this box in the car. Perfection. So it's a really good box. So yeah, because I think this one is not very strong. So let me swap it real quick. Okay. So hopefully that will charge much better. But yeah, so I want to go ahead and do a tarot reading. I don't really have a topic, but I'm going to go ahead and just pull some cards, see what we get, see what we pull, see what comes out. And whether you're catching this on the live or the replay, comment down below and let me know how you've been. All right, Spirit. So we have the Four of Cups here. Four of Cups is disappointment or dissatisfaction, or somebody kind of pouting a little bit. Who's pouting and for what? Okay, girl, don't sue it. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups here. The Four of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Okay. That's a 13. All right, Four of Cups and a Nine of Cups. Now, I feel like we have two different energies here, looking at this. I feel like one person is not satisfied, one person is disappointed. The other person is feeling, dignified and achieved, like they've achieved something. So this is what's happening. Somebody feels like they've accomplished something, and I do think that it is at the behest or at the disappointment of someone else. Why is it hot in here? Okay. Another card falls, the Empress. The Empress. The energy that I'm feeling right now is like, don't worry about it, right? And that's coming from the energy of the Empress. It's like, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. The Empress is really giving don't worry about it. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Wands here. And the Two of Wands is all about making a decision or having options, having an option between two things, or multiple equal things. Okay, but this is definitely a decision being needed to be made, or it's like having a choice of something or having an option for something. But the Empress is saying don't worry about it. Empress is saying don't worry about it. This may have been, okay, so, because when we originally started off, we had the, what's this, the Four of Cups and the Nine of Cups. We had this disappointing energy of the Four of Cups, feeling, oh, I'm not happy about this, I'm disappointed about this. And then we had this sense of achievement or success here with the Nine of Cups. The Empress is saying don't worry about it because you'll have an abundance of opportunities coming towards you. Also, an abundance of love is also coming because of some endings also. So, after decisions are made, here with the Judgment card, after decisions are made, then answers are prayed, and then prayers are answered, okay? And that's so funny because when it comes to the things that we talk about, or we have talked about previously in this channel, as it relates to like manifesting or whatever, and I'm starting to want to call it something else, right? Like I'm starting to not want to call it manifesting because the term manifestation has just become almost like this on trend term. And I'm not looking at this or thinking about any of this from the trendy side of how people get online and they learn a term and then it becomes popularized and now everybody has to use it somehow. I'm just talking about the actual act of manifesting or having something come into fruition in your life, right? The feeling that I'm getting, especially here with the bottom of the deck being the King of Cups, Death card, and the Judgment card. Hey Jeff, good morning. Especially with these cards showing up, it's really feeling like prayers are answered after decisions are made. And I know that's probably like, what? Right? If you are heavily religious based, you're not going to understand this. Because if you're heavily religious based, your psyche, your beliefs, and your system tells you that you have to pray to some external outside being in order to get the things that you like or desire or want or whatever it is that you're praying for. However, if you are from a more open spiritual backing or spiritual grounding, then you understand that we internally are creators, right? And if I say it like this, basically we are extensions of creation and of source energy. Therefore, we are also creators. We can also create things, right? And what we create from is from our mind, from our imagination, from the ways that we think, we speak, and we feel, okay? That's how we create. So when I say the terms that prayers are answered after decisions are made, what I'm saying is you've come to your decision, and oftentimes some people who have difficulty with manifestation, they have a difficulty understanding that just wishing for something or wanting something, those are two different things. So wishing and wanting for things, those are two different things from being able to create a thing, being able to manifest a thing, being able to assume a thing into your reality. Okay, so there's the processes are different. The wishing for a thing and the wanting of a thing doesn't require your active engagement in bringing that thing into your reality. Okay, and this is probably why people get it confused and why they don't understand. And sometimes it's so funny because right now I feel like this is coming off very flowy, and it's like in the past I've had difficulty explaining to you guys the process of manifestation, this whole thing, and it's like I feel like we're talking about the same things. It's not, the conversation hasn't changed. The way in which the conversation is presented has changed though, right? So I think that's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for that understanding. Okay, hey Jeff, thanks so much for tuning in. Long time no see. How you doing? So anyway, okay, so this here, these cards gave me the concept of your prayers are answered after a decision is made, right? So like I was just saying, when you wish and want for something, it's not the same as when you are actively creating something or when you are actively going to assume something into your reality, right? So When you have decided to go past and go beyond, I'm just wishing for something, or I just, hope one day maybe possibly it might potentially show up. And when you've gone past that point and you've decided, I'm going to get actively involved in creating this thing in my life, right? That is when it shifts. And this is what we are talking about, okay? So I feel as though the message here is that, first and foremost, somebody was feeling disappointed about some sort of an outcome. But success is here, okay? And the Empress is telling us to relax, calm down. It's in the bag, right? It's in the bucket. The next thing that I see here is that there will be lots of opportunities or lots of decisions, not lots, maybe just a decision to make, right? There is a decision to make. You either do this or you do that, right? And these are going to result in different outcomes, obviously. The 3 cards in my hand, which were at the bottom of the deck, have given me the phrase that prayers will be answered after decisions are made. And what this means is that your prayers cannot be answered, okay? Your prayers in which you pray them, in which you desire for things to come through for you, cannot be answered until you've made a decision that those things must be in your life. Your prayers will not be answered until you have made the decision that those things that you pray for will be in your life. Thinking of a caged bird. In human terms, this could be somebody who's locked up in jail. If your mindset is stuck in the surroundings, stuck in the jail, right? And I get that your body is physically stuck in the jail, so that you have no, if we're talking about the realistic 3D, you have no choice but to see and know that you are stuck in the jail. But remember, we are creators, and from our mind is where we create from. From our mind, our feelings, our words. That's how we create. All of those things come together to manifest something, okay? Your prayers will not be answered until a decision is made. Have you decided to get out of the cage? Not only to just get out of the cage, because sometimes you gotta go a step further. Have you decided to get out and stay out? Have you decided to get out and stay out of the cage? Because that prayer won't be answered until you make that decision. Because once again, you are the creator of your existence and of your reality. Yes, I understand that right now, your physical 3D reality does not allow you to see anything else. However, we create from here, and here, right? We create from our mind, from what we know and see, visualizing, what we feel, and how we speak. All of those things combined together are how we are able to push out our manifestations. I'm going to use that term. Push it out into the universe in order for it to become a reality. And see, this is the level of mastery that you have to have. And I can tell you now, there will always be challenges no matter how much of a master you are, okay? Because I can tell you guys, when I first started this channel and started talking about this stuff, I feel like I was at the surface level of explaining this stuff to you. However, I had a lifetime engulfed in practicing, right? And then a whole new level of practice had to come to me. And new seasons brings new demons, okay? Because I had to experience new levels of challenges, right? Some of the challenges are the very same challenges that you've seen before. However, now they are They're a little tougher. You know, it's like the next level. You was on level 5 last time. Now you on level 6. And then you're going to get on level 7 and 8. Now I'm on level 10. You know, when I get on level 10, it's not going to be like level 6. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be different somehow. It might be similar. It might be very similar. Like the point of the purpose is to get to the end, from point A to Z, right? That's the journey. However, the challenges in between there might be slightly different. They may be more challenging, okay? And so what I'm seeing here is that someone is being given the message, okay? I'm just hearing some new information, some new terms. Death to the old way. Out with the old, in with the new. And yes, this does apply to how you think, how you speak, and how you see yourself in life and in the future. So prayers will not be answered until decisions are made. You have to transform your mind from who you are today and where you are today to where you are going to be next week and then tomorrow and in the future. And we have to remember that the future is today. So interesting. I just said that because I had a conversation on this app called Blab. Blab only existed for a short, very period of time. It was an app that was used to put various people from different locations on video calls to have conversations about whatever the fuck they wanted to talk about. And on this specific group of people for a short period of time, I want to say maybe a good 3 weeks period of time where I was on these live videos, having good conversations with thinking individuals. And one of the conversations, one of the people in that Blab, which I actually follow him on YouTube now, he said to me, and a couple other people at that time said to me that the past and the present and the future are all the same. They're all, it's time folded in. And I was like, what? I was like, what? Hold on. And now in this moment, I understand further what that meant. At the time, I was like, y'all just trying to prove points. You know what I mean? You just trying to prove a point. You ain't trying to, y'all be on some bullshit, right? But now I understand that term in such a different way, because at the end of the day, we are here to be creators. And if we want to create things new for ourselves, we can't look at what is here right now, because what is here right now is old news for real. That's what we already created in the past, right? And if we want to create something different and something new for ourselves in the future, then we literally have to see our future now, today. That means that the future is present. So that's an interesting take here. What I feel is that somebody needs to understand that. You've got to transform your mind. You've got to transform your mind from being locked up in a cage to being free, a free bird, and not just a free bird for a little short period of time. Completely free, okay? And I get it. Sometimes that can be hard to do when your mind has been, conditioned for a certain thing. And at the end of the day, that's what we are all fighting for. Even people who are not locked up in a cage, we all have some level of undoing, unlearning, reconstructing our minds, our bodies, and our souls. It doesn't matter. See, I can be advanced in mental thinking, emotional capabilities, and things of that nature. But there's other things that I ain't that good at. Okay? There's other stuff that I'm just still learning. God damn it. And will I ever get this lesson? Maybe next lifetime, right? But that's the point of community. That's the point of family. That's the point of each other and connectedness, is that what I don't have, you have, and what you have, I don't have, and we help each other through those difficulties by sharing with one another. And see, what society has done is it has tried to make everything so lacking. Everything is a lack. Like, it's, oh my God, we are so deprived, right? So we have been in a mindset stuck in depravity, right? And by being stuck in depravity, we are not able to see the actual abundance we have, right? It's a resource, just me and you sitting here being able to talk to each other and share information, share knowledge, share connectedness, share experiences, to where I can learn from your experience without having to go through it, and vice versa, right? But because the system has caused us to think that there is a deprivation of resources in life, we forget that we are here to share with one another so that we can grow from those experiences and that we can grow from those things, right? So, what a word. What a word. See what happens when I go on break, guys? I know y'all like, girl, where you been? Like, what is going on? Are you dead? I'm not dead. I'm alive. I'm fully breathing, baby. I'm still kicking, baby. Kicking and fighting, honey. Hands and feet. Hands and feet. You feel me? All right? But at the end of the day, I want to, the messages that we talk about here, they're really not always about those surface level things. Sometimes, on tarot, you guys want to know about your love life. You want to know about, this, everyday stuff. And I got to be real with y'all. I don't even think that's the type of reader I am. I ain't even here to talk to y'all about that everyday shit. Y'all can go talk to the other readers about that shit. And sometimes we gonna talk about it. But oftentimes I'm getting into deeper concepts, deeper talks. We talk about things that are going to be further than just, our surface level daily issues, right? And that's not to say that we can't talk about the surface level daily issues. It's just to say that when I come through with y'all, understand that sometimes Spirit got a message to share with y'all that can carry you through time periods, not just through today and next week. These things can carry you through moments of your life, through different evolution of your life, periods of time in your life, okay? Because this message is going to evolve. Like I told you, it was, man, I can't even think about how long ago it was, but I know my kids were still little when that blab conversation happened. I mean, the kids were still like here, like they was at my hip, so let me think about how long ago that was. Like, I remember we were in Jacksonville, and I just don't know what year it was at all. I have no recollection of the year. I have no recollection of anything except that we was in a hotel in Jacksonville. And so anyway, that conversation happened years ago, though. I'm sure probably at least about a decade now, right? Because Kyrie just graduated, okay? Like, Kyrie just graduated. They were like toddlers. They weren't even they were still in homeschool at that point. So they weren't even in public school by then. So yeah, this is probably at least a decade ago. Oh, I just dropped cards. Why did that happen? Hold on, y'all. So that was at least a decade ago. But today, a conversation from a decade ago has now given me new insights, right? And so when I say things, when we're having certain conversations, know that some of those conversations are going to happen like that too. Like maybe 10 years from now, you're going to be like, oh shit, AquaStarGoddess one time said this and this and this, and now I get it, so yeah. All right. So what are we coming from? Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just doing a reading today. I felt inspired to go live today, and so I said, hey, let's do it. What else is there? Hi, welcome. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you are doing well. Like I said, today we're just reading, pulling out some details, some information, some downloads from Spirit. There was a full moon a few days ago, so we might be still, floating off that full moon energy as well. So where do we start? We started with the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Cups, okay? Moving into the Empress, okay? We then pulled the two of Wands from the bottom of the deck, as well as the Ace of Pentacles from the bottom of the deck. And it really feels like, this is about a decision, and maybe in the past you had a decision to make that really you wasn't happy about how things had to turn out or which direction you had to go in or how things went. You know what I mean? Like you might not have been happy about that. And the original feeling that I got was that this is two different energies here, these two right here. One is disappointed and one is happy. And these are two different energies, meaning it could be two different people. Okay? But this could also be one person experiencing two different energies at, you know, different times. So then we had the Empress come in and say, don't even worry about it. Like, what are you worried about? Like, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. It's not a big deal, okay? So I feel like maybe some things that you were worried about in the past, now in present day time or in present day moments, it's not even that big of a deal, which also lets you know, and this is something that's very important. Oftentimes the things that you're bothered with today will not be even effective to you, and you won't even remember it tomorrow. Or you won't even remember it next week or next year. So if it's not something that's going to... About that, somebody called in. So yeah, sorry about that. Somebody called in. So, you know, oftentimes if you're concerned and bothered and worried about something today, it's not gonna bother you and worry. You're not gonna be bothered and worried about it next week or tomorrow, or you know what I mean. So if it's not that serious, then you should do your best not to let those things hinder you, keep you upset and bothered, ruin your day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to break down events and things like that as much as you can, like that. Like, sometimes things are gonna happen. Like yesterday, let me tell you, yesterday I was very, very, very angry. I was upset and bothered and everything. And today I'm not feeling the same way that I was feeling yesterday, right? So in recognizing that, you know, this is something where I can start to see, okay, I see that specific individuals have an intention to cause me to feel a certain way, right? So then I just don't let those things bother me anymore, right? And so sometimes people make, you know, feelings angry, or, you know, having, you know, your outburst as such a big deal. Like, oh, it's not that easy. Yes, it is. It's exactly that easy. It's exactly that easy to not let things take you out of who you're trying to be, who you're trying to step into in the future. It's exactly that easy. It's as easy as saying, damn, wait a minute, that situation not even making me mad today. I don't even remember what it was that we was upset about. So in the future, I will ensure that I don't allow those types of things to bother me like that again, okay? All right, bear with me 1 second. I kind of just want to check and make sure that I am coming in clear. All right, we coming in clear. Good. All right, so let's move forward. Let's move forward with the messages. I feel like, oh, after that, so after this making a decision, yeah, you will have an opportunity to make a decision. And then also we had over here from the bottom of the deck, once again, we had the King of Cups, the Death card, and the Judgment card. And the energy gave me this phrase. Answered prayers only come after making a decision. After you make it, wait. Hold on. Is that what it was? No, it was prayers are answered after decisions are made. Okay, so that's the statement. Prayers are answered after decisions are made. Okay, so sometimes what you are praying for, it requires you to make a decision before it can come through. Okay, this can fall into so many different categories. Sometimes you're like, okay, you work at a job, you want a raise, right? You want this massive raise. You want a $5,000 increase annually, right? And you're like, I want this raise. I need this position so I can get this raise and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes, once again, prayers are answered when decisions are made. You need to go find another job at another location, at another place, at another company, before you can get that $5,000 increase. Because the current company that you're working with, they don't have the opportunities for you like that. They don't intend to give you that position. They don't intend to pay you more for what you are worth. And you need to go find a job that's going to pay you what you're worth at another company. Okay? Prayers are answered after decisions are made. That's one example. Another example, let's just talk about, you want to get a new car. You want to get a specific new car. Let's say you want to get that new Range, right? I'm going to get that new Range Rover. That new Range Rover, just too nice. I want to get that new Range Rover, right? and you go to AutoZone or whatever AutoZone. You go to the auto correctors over here, okay? And you talking to them. They want you to pay $15,000 down. You like, man, look. They like, well, that's what it's gonna be. You go down the street to another dealership, and they like, yeah, give me $2,500, and you got it. You like $2,500? I got the $2,500 right now. And then boom, you driving off with your new range. But those prayers weren't answered until you made a decision. First you got to make the decision that you get in that new range. Then once you make the decision that you get in that new range, right? And here's the reason why this is important, right? Because sometimes you're going to go to the dealership, and you're going to go to the dealership talking to them as if you are asking them for something, right? As if you are, you go into the dealership and you are treating this transaction as if they're doing you a favor. That's how. And that's the reason why you ain't get that new range at that other place. Because you went in there acting like they was doing you a favor. Instead, you like, you want me to put $15,000? I'm about to go on over here to I'm about to go down the street to the other place. And the other place like, yeah, give me $2,500, no problem. You can go down the street again and get zero down. Boom, you got that new range, and you didn't put no money down. Now the extra cash that you got, you still got that extra cash. Okay? It requires you to make a decision on what it is that you are going to bring into your life before that prayer can get answered. Your prayers, oh, give me the new range. But if you went to the first place, you went in there asking them as if they was doing you a favor. So you went in there with your hand, head down, all shoulders all crunched in the front, talking to these people as if you're not actually paying them money for them to give you a product. So if I'm paying you my money, I'm not coming in here like I'm asking you for a favor. And I don't care if it includes loans, loan applications, none of that. I'm coming in here like I'm the boss who's going to pay the bill, okay? And no, I'm not walking in here with my head down. Can you please possibly maybe give me? No. So you have to make a decision that you want to get that range. You walk in there like the boss. I'm getting that new range over there. What's going on? And they want to talk about your down payment needs to be $15,000. I'm going down the street. Bye. Okay. And prayers are answered once decisions are made. When you go buy a car, you ain't begging these people for nothing. You are paying them. So you're not going in there like they doing you a favor. I'm paying you to give me the product. So if you want me to buy this product off your lot, you need to work some shit out. Figure it the fuck out. Hello, babe. How you doing? Behavna? How do you say that? Behavna? Talk. Say how you doing? All right. So anyway, what else can we come up with? Listen, these three cards here from the bottom of the deck gave me the term, or gave me the phrase. Prayers are answered once decisions are made. Okay? That means that, if you're coming at this from a standpoint of, I go into prayer, pleading and praising and, pleading and begging, you ain't getting it. I'm just telling you now, because prayers are answered after decisions are made. You have to make a decision that this thing that you are praying for is going to be a reality, or it is a reality in your existence. It is a reality in your existence. Be and it is. He said, be and it is. Okay? You are speaking it, and then it belongs into the reality. Okay? It becomes reality once you have spoken it into reality. Prayers are answered once decisions are made. Okay? What else? What else? What else? What else? We talked about the dealership. Okay. We talked about getting out of jail. What else is it? We talked about, shoot, what else? I know some of y'all be that relationship. Child. Some of y'all looking for a specific person, specific type of man or woman, right? You looking for a specific type of man or woman, but you keep thinking about all of the hurt and the pain of the past situations and past relationships. You keep regurgitating mentally and emotionally all of the things of the past. What do you expect is going to happen in your future? My mom was here not too long ago. She was here this past weekend for my son's graduation. She asked me, she said, "You got a boyfriend?" And I looked at her like, what? Why would I need a boyfriend for? No, mama, I don't have no boyfriend. Because, you know, I'm not going to tell you why, but this is what she asked me. You know, at the end of the day, I am releasing a 20-year contract, a 20-year marriage. Okay, I was married for 20 years. I'm still married today, but I'll be getting a divorce soon. I'm releasing almost 21 years. What year is this? 2026. So 20 years, right? 20 years this year, actually. So 20-year marriage, I'm releasing that. So my mind is not on a new man right now. No, it is not. Because at the end of the day, I need to clear my mind of that old man, get him all the way gone, make sure all of his stuff is packed up and thrown in the trash and, you know, sent on over to the Goodwill, all that shit, right? And whatever, you know, just make sure that all of the things and all of the baggage from that relationship and that connection are gone before I start to present a new list for the next man. Because once I sit down and start really thinking about presenting a new list for the next man, you better believe that next man is going to be everything that I said he's going to be. But before I do that, I'm going to clear out all the baggage of the old man first. Okay? And I know that, you know, this is just my way of doing it. I'm not telling you how to do your life. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just telling you that this is for me. Like for me, this is my steps that I'm taking, right? So that when I get to the point where I am deciding that I'm going to open myself up to receive new relationship prospects or whatever, new leads on a relationship. Okay, when I do get to the point where I'm ready for new prospects, okay, I won't be allowing my past relationship and the difficulties or the pain of that past situation to impact what is going to occur in my life in the new situation. Once decisions are made, prayers are answered. Okay, so before I even get to the point where I'm about to make a decision on what type of new man I want in my life, I'm gonna make the decision first on what that man gonna look like, what he gonna act like, how he gonna be. Okay, all that's gonna be decided first before he even shows up. So for y'all ladies that are like in a situation, you like, girl, well, I'm ready. I done cleared out the old bags of the old man. I'm ready for a new man. Okay, you have to make a decision how your new man gonna be. And you cannot allow all the situations of the past. You can't allow the old experiences. You can't allow the old hurt and pain to come into your new now existence and tell you what your future relationship is going to look like. That's how you end up in the same relationship again and again and again and again. Hear me when I say this. Prayers are answered once decisions are made. Okay? You make a decision on who he going to be before you even get to him. Gino, is my marriage, the person I ended up marrying was exactly the man that I made him. That was exactly the man that I had prayed for. Now, I know better about being, not prayed for, but exactly the man that I had built up in my mind. The difference is now I'm more aware of being very detailed and very meticulous about specific things, right? So there were some things that I wasn't meticulous about. And then that showed up in real life. So it showed up in real life, right? So now I'm gonna be way more aware of who my next man is gonna be to the T. And I'm telling you, to the T, okay? So that's, if you're ready for a man, you're ready for a woman, you're ready to, get a new person. Prayers are answered once decisions are made. Once decisions are made, and prayers are answered. Prayers are answered when decisions are made. You have to make your decision in your mind who that person's going to be. Okay? And you have to let the past relationships, the past hurt, pain that you'd experienced, you cannot let that come into the making of your next man or person or whatever, right? Because you're just going to experience, a different face with the same situation. Okay, so that's it. Let's see what else. Is it a final message? Let's get a final message. See what Spirit has to tell us. With this one, prayers are answered once decisions are made. We talked about getting a new car. We talked about getting out of jail. We talked about getting into a new relationship. What else did we talk about? Is that it? That should be enough. Okay. All right. We talked about a new job. We talked about making more money. You ain't gonna make more money at that job. You got to go find a new company. A new company is where you're gonna find that $5,000 increase in your payment. Okay, a new company, not the one you're at right now. And maybe the company that you're at, you just need to go to a different department, okay, in order to make the money, the $5,000 increase, right? Maybe this is a really large company, right? And they've got different departments, and each department has different management, different teams and all that. You know what I mean? And maybe they ain't never heard about you. You all the way on the other side of the company. We ain't heard about you. We don't know nothing about y'all over there. We don't even go in that direction, right? You go to another side of the department and they making way more than y'all was making over there. Okay. Sometimes decisions are made. Prayers are answered once decisions are made. You've been praying for a raise, an increase. You want $5,000 extra annually. Okay, you need to go to either a new company or the other side of the building. Okay, because they don't know nothing about you over here. Sorry about that. Somebody tried to call in again. They are persistent. Hello, angel guys. Hey, cat goddess. How you doing? I'm doing good, babe. Thanks so much for asking. Okay, so finally we pull out the Five of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Sheesh, what is this all about? Oh, where'd my music go? This card right here. This is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords can talk about illusions. It can talk about trickery. But that's not what I'm picking up on. If you look here, two swords on the ground, three in his hands. I don't know why, but you don't need no 3 swords. But okay, fine. Let's take a look. The 3 of Swords can often represent someone who wants to win at all costs, but at the end of the day, what ends up happening is you can see these people turned away, and these swords right here on the ground, and this person won. They got 3 swords in their hands, but now these people are turned off and run off. They've gone the other direction. So you did all that for what? You did all that for what? right? This is like when children, you ever see children, you ever watch children? I used to be a pre-K teacher, and one of the behaviors that you see from children all the time is children sometimes don't want to share, or they don't want to play nice. They don't want to play nice with other kids, right? And this card is giving me that energy of the kid who don't want to play well, right? They don't want to play nice. And maybe the kids are doing some blocks, or maybe the kids are playing sand castles, or maybe the kids are doing Legos, right? And when other kids want to participate in this child, playing, they want to hold all the blocks on their side. They want to hold all the Lego pieces on their end. They don't want to share. Or when somebody builds a better castle than they build, they smash it. They ruin it somehow on purpose, intentionally. Because they don't like the fact that your castle is better than my castle, and so now I'm going to destroy your castle. Well, all of that goes to shit when those kids that wanted to participate with this one child, these other kids that wanted to participate, they all decide, I don't want nobody stomping on my sandcastle, nor do I want to only have one Lego. I can't build another one Lego. You got all the Legos. Why you not sharing? You got all these Legos. You can't use that pile of Legos next to you, but you only want to give me one Lego. So they get up and they go somewhere else. They get up and they go somewhere else and they play somewhere else. Because you want to hog all the Legos, you want to hog all the blocks, or you want to stomp on my sandcastles. This isn't very fun over here. I'm going to play somewhere else. So when those kids go to play somewhere else, this kid is left there with all the Legos and all the blocks, but now it's not as fun. It's not as fun because now I'm here alone again by myself. And all I had to do was just share some of the Legos. I got a pile of Legos over here and I can't use them all at once. I could have shared half of my Legos and those people could have been building their blocks while I was building my blocks, and we could have been playing together. But because I wanted to be stingy and I didn't want to share my Legos or my blocks, or I wanted to stomp on their sandcastles, these kids went somewhere else and they went to go play somewhere else. And they didn't come back over here for me to build my blocks. They didn't come over here to share Legos, build buildings. We don't got no cities, no castles. We ain't got no cars. None of that. Okay, all our castles is torn down. My castle ain't even that good. They had a really great castle and I messed it up, so now I can't use their castle. It's just a mess. That's what this card is representing right now. You're winning, but for what reason? Like what reason did you have to hold all the blocks for and all the Legos? You wanted us to play with you. We wanted to play with you. We were going to have a good time, but now it's not so fun if you want to give me one Lego and one block. I'm going to go somewhere else and play. You can make a lot of progress, when you are willing to work together, or when you're willing to make compromises and things of that nature. But when you're not willing to make compromises, or when you're not willing to play together, when you're not willing to work together and build together, other people go off. They go off somewhere else, because it's not fun being over here where you are not willing to participate, where we can all equally benefit from what is going on here, where we can all equally experience joy and happiness from building those blocks and building sandcastles and things of that nature. When you think that all the fun is supposed to be for you and all I need is one block to play with, and this is a Lego, we're supposed to be building over here. I can't build with one block. I'm going somewhere else. That happens a lot in life, especially in relationships. And I'm going to say this, and this is not to bash on men or anything like that, but in male-female relationships, this happens quite a bit. This happens quite a bit in male-female relationships, where the woman is doing quite a bit of work and effort in what she's doing, and she's putting a lot into the relationship. She's putting a lot into making everything comfortable, happy, safe. And the other partner is doing some stuff, but they're not doing nearly what she's doing. And they're expecting to hold all the blocks, hold all the chips, hold all the pieces. And she just has to deal with that. Eventually, she's like, I'm going somewhere else to build. I don't got to build this one foot. You want to give me one fucking block? What am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with one fucking block? Can you build anything with one block? Tell me, can you? The answer is no. You can't build shit with one block. And the man hoards. He hoards his emotions. He hoards his money. He hoards his time. He hoards all of these things. And he wonders why this woman decides that she wants to go somewhere else. I want to go play with somebody else. You're not fun. You're not fun. You're not playing the game of life that benefits both me and you. You're playing the game of life that benefits you only. And I came here to participate with you. If I came here to participate with you, why then are you hoarding all of the pieces? And then you're expecting me to do all of the heavy lifting, and you're not sharing the workload. That's not fun. I'm gonna go play somewhere else. Such is life. Wow. Bottom of the deck says justice is here, baby. Justice is here, balancing out the scales. How do the scales get balanced? Well, eventually it's going to look like, sometimes it looks like betrayal. But sometimes that's really just, instead of, you surrender, right? Because that's what the Ten of Swords represents, surrender. You're either going to surrender, or you're gonna feel that sense of disappointment when your second player decides not to play with you anymore. Such is life. Wow, what a lesson. I was not expecting that turn of events for the final message to turn out to be a goddamn lesson. But here it is. The lesson. The lesson is go off in life, explore, go out in life, go off in life and be passionate about life and explore life and have fun in life and do the things that you enjoy doing. And especially for you young girls, listen, I will tell you this right now. My advice to you, coming out of a 20-year marriage, my advice to you is have all the fun. Play with all the blocks. And if you are with a man who doesn't want to share the blocks with you, leave his ass right where he's at by himself with them fucking blocks, okay? Go play with somebody else. Why? Because at the end of the day, your life becomes more miserable when you are with somebody who wants to hoard all the blocks. They don't want to share the blocks with you. You can't build shit because you don't have no blocks. He's leaving you in depravity, okay? He's leaving you deprived, okay? Deprived, he's making you feel full of lack, okay? You can't build shit from that. You can, as a woman, you cannot multiply lack. Okay, if somebody's giving you nothing but, false hopes and dreams, go find somebody else to play with. Okay? Because, like I said, we are here to be creators. We are here to live, explore, and enjoy this life. Go after the things that we desire in life. And although we want nothing more than to have somebody to play with and to enjoy that experience with, when they want to hoard all the pieces, see how he's got 3 swords? You can't even fight with 3 swords. You can't fight with 3 fucking swords. Unless you're a fucking magician. And most people, especially most men, are not fucking magicians. Okay? So unless he's a magician, which he is not, why do you need 3 swords? Matter of fact, not 3 swords. Why do you need 5 swords? Because if we look, these swords are next to his feet. Never thought of it like this. All of these swords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because he's got 2 in his hands here, 1 here, and then 2 are at his feet. He doesn't need all of those swords. But instead of, giving you a sword, giving you and giving y'all some swords, you know what I mean? Spreading the wealth, equally. He decides he wants to hold all these swords, and we're like, okay, well, bye. I'm going over here and find somebody else to play with. Now you're looking off in the distance, but what did you win? You won a few swords. And maybe that's valuable to you. But at the end of the day, what is always more valuable is the life, the experiences, and the people that you enjoy in your life, the people that you spend your time with. And this is my talk on, I guess, materialistic and being materialistic. Material things, they're there. They come and they go. What matters most, though, is not the materials. It's the people. It's the friendships. It's the connections that you have. Because those are irreplaceable. A sword, as you can see, he's got 5 in his hand. They're replaceable. Those genuine connections, those genuine love ships, the genuine lovers that you have in your life, the genuine friends that you have in your life, the genuine family members that you have in your life, those are not replaceable. All right, we're done. Hopefully that came off and helped you out with something in life. I don't know. That felt really good. I feel invigorated right now. Look at this. Ace of Wands coming out. Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck says 5 of Wands. Like, move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Here I go. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Ace of Wands. Your lies out. Get the fuck back. God, you're real. Someone who can't stay still. I've been thinking and buzzing too. And I've been thinking and buzzing you. Upside your motherfucking forehead. Upside your motherfucking forehead. And when your friends jump in, they'll be molded, disturbing your fusion, disturbing your peace. It's not an illusion. We run in the streets, so bye-bye to all your groupies and gold diggers, and rub up on your ass. No, nigga, I'm doing 100 on the highway. So if you do the speed limit, get the fuck out of my way. I'm DUI, hardly ever caught sober. And you about to get ran the fuck over. Move, bitch. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. I said move, bitch. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Oh, oh, oh. Get out the way. I said move it. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you can get notifications each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much. It has been a while since I've gone live, but today I felt like this reading was just absolutely needed. Now, we just finished up a reading that actually was really just, it's a life lesson, and life lessons, they come and go, they come in spurts. Sometimes they come in time periods. And yeah, I guess we just walk through, a life lesson that I just wrapped up or finished or watched occur or whatever the case. Now let's move into the present future. And I'm saying the present future because we have to remember we are creators. Sometimes, listen, we're talking about the present future right now, but this present future could possibly change later on today if I go somewhere and see some new things and be like, oh, present future has changed because I made some new decisions, okay? Remember, prayers are answered once decisions are made, okay? That's the message of the day. I'm going to write that down. Let me write that down somewhere. Hold on. Okay. Prayers are answered once decisions are made. All right, let's see what's next. Present, future, clear and concise messages. Thank you, Spirit, for sharing this information with us and sharing this clarified clarity message with me and the collective audience for whatever it is that we may need to know for the present future. First card is the Ace of Wands with the Moon card, okay? Moon card can often come in representing either confusion or sometimes, I mean, a lot of times people look at it as third-party energy. Keep in mind, third-party energy can always be friends, family. It doesn't have to be like romantic energy, right? It doesn't have to be romantic at all. And I'm not totally feeling romantic energy right here at all. So let's just keep that clear, okay? But the Moon card often talks about clarity, hidden things, emotions, hidden emotions. Yep, hidden emotions. Somebody has some hidden emotions. Hidden passions, actually. Hidden passions. And somebody feels like they need to balance those things out. This is why the Hermit card is happening. So they ghost, they go away, they disappear, go silence to balance out hidden passions, hidden emotions. Also, this could be new endeavors as well. With the Ace of Wands showing up, could be a new endeavor, like a new thing. The Knight of Cups is here with the Sun card, the Strength card, and the Chariot. The Chariot is always an auspicious energy. It is very much auspicious. So I've been, okay, so I go on time periods and time frames and binges, basically. So right now I'm on my Asian kick, okay? So I've been watching a bunch of Asian films, and I kind of prefer to watch Asian movies that are either kung fu, martial arts based, and or time period based as well. So they often are, you know, dynasty based. They are often based in time where there were emperors and empresses and basically dynasty era, Chinese dynasty era, okay? And so I kind of often typically settle into there, and I've obviously been doing so. So I've been watching a lot of dubbed Asian flicks on YouTube lately. And one of the words, they always use the word auspicious. So when it comes to marriages, which are always arranged, right? They always say, oh, we have to get the natal charts together and find an auspicious day for marriage, which is very interesting because somebody probably about an hour ago asked a question about a marriage, okay? And so this is for you, if this person ever comes back or is present. Bhavana Talks asked, hello, ma'am. When will Bhavana and Siva get married, as his family is not accepting and he was like they were not accepting our marriage? You know, at the end of the day, and this is what I've learned from watching these time period dynasty Chinese flicks, is if the families don't want y'all to get married, it might be a good idea to just don't, okay? Unless y'all are willing to disconnect from that family, right? Here's why. Because oftentimes it's always a situation where it's like the emperor and the empress, and it's always like concubines and you know, the consort and the queen dowager, shit, like the empress dowager, shit like that, which is basically the mother of the emperor, right? And all they do is scheme and plot and plan and scheme and plan and plot and scheme and planning and scheming and scheming and plotting and plotting and planning and plotting and scheming and scheming and planning and planning and plotting. That's all they ever doing. And basically, there is not enough. I mean, it's very rare that you find people that are just like genuine people, right? And I just watched one recently that was just like a genuine person, but she had to get a little grimy a little bit. And sometimes in life you find that. You could be a very genuine person, but sometimes you find that because other people are shiesty ass people. You gotta deal with them on they playing field because they don't understand shit else, right? They don't understand when you up here and you dealing with them from up here. They don't understand that language or those terminology. So you got to deal with them how they getting down, right? Which sucks because sometimes that often means that you're having to do something manipulative or just like slick in order to make sure that you don't end up dead behind them, right? Which is crazy because it is what it is though. Anyway, they always put the natal charts together and they find an auspicious day to have the wedding and to get married, right? So you should be putting those natal charts together and finding an auspicious day. And keep in mind that you guys need to figure out how to get the families to be okay with that marriage, or don't go through with it if the families are that, if y'all families are that involved in y'all's lives and they are not here for it, then I would just say, because girl, the way that these families be scheming and plotting and planning and planning and scouting and plotting, you know, that's the thing. It's like people can always have the opportunity to whisper some shit in somebody's ear and them not knowing no better, believe in shit. So, you know, just be mindful of that. I'm moving forward. So find an auspicious day. Now, anyway, moving forward. Or don't let them have that much control. This is the thing. If you are living in an environment or in a situation where other people have control over your life, then you need to do what's, and you're okay with that, and that's how you want to live your life, then you need to do what's according to that group. Me personally, I ain't about that life. I'm not about other people controlling what I got going on. You know what I mean? And I mean, y'all can help you advise. I listen to advice and I'll, you know, consider it and all that, but you know, other people having control over the way that I live my life is just, I don't prefer that. So that's just based on how you live in your life, you know. If you can step outside of that unit and build your own unit, your own kind of way of doing things, then okay, then go with whatever it is that you desire. But if y'all feel like compelled or y'all feel obligated to go along with what the family is saying, then I guess y'all got to go along with what the family's saying. Right? If you're not into ownership and you into, you know, doing whatever everybody did, then you got to do what everybody else said. If you're into being controlled, then you got to be controlled. You know, if you're into the system that, or I mean, sometimes you can see your way out of it, but you know, that's up to you. All right, Knight of Cups, the Sun card, Strength card, and the Chariot. Very auspicious energy. The Knight of Cups is also very, very happy. So the Knight of Cups is the feeling of feeling happiness, feeling of feeling happy. Also, I'm getting discipline with the Strength card. And also keep in mind, the Sun card and the Strength card are next to each other. So that's double Leo energy. That's double Sun energy, okay? Double the joy. Okay. And the Chariot card brings in an energy of winning. So why is this happening here? Like, what is this? Because the top row of these cards is a little interesting. You know, some little hidden passions here, some little hidden feelings here. Needing some balance. And then the Hermit card comes out. The Knight of Swords. Somebody is coming back into your life, and I'm feeling I'm feeling a sense of indecision here, or imbalance potentially. Heartbreak with the Three of Swords, or pain, as well as the pain of labor of pain. Somebody's having a baby. Labor of love. Labor of love. Justice card and the Ten of Swords wants to come out. That was kind of tail end of the last reading. I feel like somebody's charging towards something, but it could be foolishly, right? Why is it foolishly though? Maybe it would have been better if it was an actual burger, but girl, that was terrible. Like, I cannot believe they made that like that. You need to put a bad review. That's a bad review. Like, period. Come on, like, what the fuck? I better not get sick. Why is these cards right here? This is the Justice card and the Ten of Swords. Justice card and the Ten of Swords. This could be bad karma. Or this could be about surrendering to the balance. Like, things need to be balanced out. Keep in mind, we do have a Two of Pentacles on the table. So two of Pentacles can represent things being imbalanced or trying to juggle things, right? Trying to struggling and juggling. Okay, struggling and juggling. I mean, it's not really juggling with only two things. So let's see. Struggling and juggling. I don't know how to juggle, but you know, that's something that I practice for like 2 hours. Okay, maybe like an hour and a half out of my life. I only practice like I don't know how to juggle. Okay, so it looks stupid trying to do it. Let's put it down. Just gonna let that go. My juggling career ain't gonna never pass. Okay. Struggling and juggling. Okay, so somebody's struggling and juggling. Okay. And I feel like this is about, you know, fighting for your limitations kind of vibe with the Justice card and the Ten of Swords, because, you know, at the end of the day, the Ten of Swords, although the Ten of Swords can represent being in danger, taking caution, or you know, betrayal, the Ten of Swords also represents surrender. So what does that mean? That means that, you know, sometimes you got to just surrender. You know that little meme where it's like you're holding on to this rope and your hand is getting all red and cut and bruised. And when you let the bitch go, you stop getting swollen fingers. You know, your hand starts bleeding. Kind of like that. Stop struggling and juggling, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're fighting against... You fighting against the ocean current, and let me tell you something about the ocean current. That bitch is strong, okay? When the wind is blowing well, all right, the ocean current ain't no joke, okay? And you gonna get tired, and you gonna get knocked down on your ass. So why don't you just stop fighting? It's like swimming upstream. You're swimming upstream. It's more taxing on the body. It's harder. You're not going to go as far as you would if you was swimming downstream. You ain't going to go as fast either. It's going to be slow as hell. You're going to look like like you're swimming in slow motion. That's the message for this element here. This element here is basically saying that somebody is, you know, it's like you're fighting to balance something that is imbalanced. Like, there ain't no balance in this motherfucker. You're struggling and juggling for no fucking reason. proper timing is also important as well. Proper timing. That can also be key. Proper timing. Okay, so sometimes you can get into a situation or a connection with another person, and let's say we're talking about a marriage here, because you know what I've been watching my timepiece period, my Asian timepiece periods, and they always put the natal charts of the two people together and find an auspicious day to get married on. Always, like it's a part of the process. Like if we don't do this, everything is bad luck, right? Like, and if it's bad luck, it's not gonna happen. It's not. You're not getting married. Get a divorce. It's bad luck. That is because they take the time to look at those two things. Another thing I know about other cultures, like for instance, Africans, they take like DNA and blood tests to make sure that the two types of blood are not going to come together and make sickle cell. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to other cultures of getting married and combining together, they think about these things and they really plan things out in ways that it makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? They think about the health. They think about the health aspect. They think about the astrological aspect. They think about, you know, how this union is going to impact us, our life, and in ultimately the greater scheme of things is that any event that occurs eventually permeates out into the universe and impacts everybody in the world, or everybody in the because we're all connected, right? Of course, you know, American culture, it wants you to look at everything as an individualistic thing, right? But at the end of the day, when Trump went and, you know, bombed this place over here, that impacts those people over there, but eventually it would trickle down to impact us. Now look at the gas prices. See what I'm saying? So it may seem like, oh, it don't impact us over here, but no, we got to pay. If you in California, you're paying $6, $7, $8 gas. That's impacting my bitch. I'm about to just go on a walk at this point. I need to get a taxi. I need to get an Uber. I need to do the carpool. I need to go on and just take a bus to work. Okay, because if I pay this high gas bill, I ain't gonna be paying my electric bill at the end of the month. So, you know, we're all connected. Everything is all connected, and eventually things trickle down or an impact in other ways, in other places, okay? And so that's one of the things that we need to remember as a people as well, is that we are connected, as though, even though we are all different, we may be different species, we may be different, you know, genders, religions, all that stuff like that, but we are still connected in one way or another, okay? All right. Okay. Well, is there any other messages from this pull here? Because I'm not really getting a lot of energy off of it right now. What is there? Let me put these over here. The Labor of Love came out earlier. Knight of Cups. I feel like somebody secretly wants to give somebody happiness. This is a secret. This is not out open. It's not like I'll make love to you, which I feel like is a declaration of love. There's no loud declaration of love. There's no loud standing on the mountaintop screaming how much I love you. There's no I've given my heart, my body, my soul to you. There's no I have publicly you know, proposed to you. There is none of that. This is very quiet love. Very quiet love. Somebody quietly loves somebody. Let me write that down. This is somebody who has loved someone but has not expressed it. They have not shared it. They have not put it in the open. They have not pursued a person. They have not, you know, there's no loud screaming to the mountaintop how much I love you. There's no I'll give you the earth and the moon and the skies and this travel across 7 seas for you and all that shit like that. Ain't none of that went down. This person is quietly loving someone, probably potentially from a distance, right? Okay. What else is there? Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Why are they here? When I think of the Queen of Swords, I think about the term fair. And fair also brings me balance. And since we have been on the pathway of balance because we have the Two of Pentacles and the Justice card here talking about balance, this is another way of balance here. So what is this? The Queen of Wands is also here. Oh, they both look rough in the face. Look at this. Look at them. They look rough. I'm sorry. Okay, they look rough. Don't they? Like, girl. And then trust me, okay? I understand sometimes, all right? Sometimes I understand. All right, so listen, the Queen of Swords is really giving this. I will be fair. I will be fair and just and balanced. The Queen of Wands is like, don't come over here with the fuck shit, because I will scorch you with earth. I will burn you. Okay? Although she's not that mean, though. Like, the Queen of Wands doesn't seem that mean. She seems very, like, kind of, like, fun and flowy. Not flowy, but fun and, like, fiery. Feisty, probably. Feisty. Feisty. So this is air and this is fire. So somebody who's fair and just and balanced, but feisty at the same time. Yeah, fair and feisty. Feisty and fair. Sometimes people are really shocked at my, like, how eclectic my music style is. Like, girl, we could go from listening to, like, fucking, you know, anybody, E40, to listening to goddamn, you know, Illenium or something. To Shania Twain. Like, why is there so many different styles of music in your phone? Because, girl. Okay, back to the business, back to the business, back to the business. Queen, queen, queen. So these are two queens, though. Okay, we do have two queens and two knights present on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 major arcanas, though, which is kind of big. Trying to find the balance within the self, trying to find this the center. Trying to find the center. My destiny number or life path number, one of them numbers said that I have a tendency to be like, I can be an angel or I can be a devil. You choose, basically. You can get the good side or the bad side, but it's up to you. And these cards are kind of showing that energy as well, kind of good or bad. You can get good, you can get it good or evil. Which one you want to choose? It's up to you. So then finding the balance within the self, you know. Sometimes we are, not sometimes, but generally in life, that's what we are all doing. We're all trying to find that balance within ourselves, you know, finding that equilibrium within ourselves on, you know, the balance between our own personal needs, wants, and desires, and the balance between being, what's the right word? Being able to compromise, if you want to compromise enough to fit other people into our lives where they can also benefit and be happy, and we can have balance and, you know, happiness and things of that nature too. So I don't know what this energy is all about, honestly. It's kind of, maybe it's double-sided tape. Air does fan the fire, though, so that's very good. That's very good. Air fans the fire. So you get to talking too much shit, bitch. Okay? All that hot air you blowing is going to fan the fucking fire, okay? Hey, I'm fair, ho. All right? I'll be balanced it out and all that, but don't forget that the Queen of Wands is feisty. The Queen of Wands will scorch you into the hell and depths of earth. So choose. All right? You choose. Blowing all that hot steam and you forgot I'm fired too, ho, right? So this This is somebody who has the balance between the balance between two worlds, right? The balance between two worlds. Sometimes you yield, sometimes you need to surrender, but that's not going to be all the time and in all cases, in all situations. And sometimes that is when conflict arises, that is the reason for conflict, is that you're going to yield sometimes. Sometimes you're going to yield, sometimes you're going to compromise. But sometimes it should be the opposite. And when you're not getting that from the opposite, then you tend to blow up. Because, hold on. Who did you think? Okay, who did you think? Okay, was going to keep dealing with this one-sided bullshit? Okay. You know, a lot of people in the world right now are you know, seeing this, dealing with this, are feeling this. This is why the war in Iran and the war between the U.S. and Iran is happening right now. Who did you think he was going to keep pushing around? Who did you think he was going to keep bullying for all of life, for all of eternity? You think you're going to be the bully? No, bitch, somebody's going to fight back. Yeah. Somebody's going to say, no. One day that person is going to get up and they're not dealing with it. I'm not doing it. Okay? And so this is something that's important to remember as well, especially tyrants. Tyrants and tyrannical people, they often feel that they can just continue on for the remainder of eternity, okay, and continue on to be a bully. And they feel no sense of compromise, you know, no sense of leniency to, you know, be fair and just. Well, baby, we all pick and choose our struggles and our juggles. We juggle and struggle and we pick and choose, okay? And we all get the choice and we all have the opportunity to make a decision and decide, okay? But sometimes you choose wrong because your tyrannical behavior, tyrannical actions, you know, now you done push these folks over the edge and now they are not bending an inch any longer for you because they've bent so many inches, so many feet. They bent over and bent over and bent and leaned and you know, given leeway for so long that now they said, no, we not giving not another inch, bitch. I ain't getting not another goddamn inch, ho. Okay? So there's that. Woo, child, these messages today. Well, I guess that's it, guys. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, look, somebody talking about getting married in the comments. And look, I feel like you need to put some natal charts together and find an auspicious day. If the families are important to your livelihoods or your life, then y'all got to have to go with the family. And stop acting like y'all grown when y'all ain't. Okay? If y'all depending upon inheritance and your family's like, if you don't do the right thing, you ain't getting this inheritance money, then y'all gonna shut up and do what you're supposed to do. Get the inheritance, okay? Go to shut up and do what you're supposed to do to get the inheritance, okay? I ain't like that, though. I don't give a damn about no inheritance. Keep it if it means that I got to be unhappy for my life. Absolutely not. Right? If it means that I got to do what you want me to do and be unhappy and miserable, absolutely not. Not sorry. All right, let's see. 3 cards just fell. Let's see what they are. More than 3 cards. So we have these are from the first reading. So we have the 9 of Cups. We have the 5 of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I think this is going to have to be my last reading so I can get on with the rest of my day. But I am so glad to be here today to share these readings and these messages with you guys. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. excuse me, smash the like button if you have not. And, you know, tap in, write me a comment. And I think what I may end up doing is giving an opportunity, a very small opportunity for you guys to ask quick questions, yes or no, for free. I haven't decided if I'm going to fully go there yet, so don't get too happy in the comments, okay? Don't get too happy, okay? I hate when people do that, like, don't get too, bitch, shut up. I'm gonna be exactly what the fuck I'm gonna be, regardless. And what you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about nothing? That's what you're gonna do is nothing. It's a sense of control. I fight against this sense of senses of control. I'm here to fight the straps in the the systems of control. I'm sure that's what I'm here for. Okay. All right, let's see here. The Tower card is here next to the Seven of Cups and the Justice card. We also have, so there's going to be some shocking opportunities or shocking options available very soon, okay? Justice says this is going to balance things out. Obviously, there's going to be some work that's needed. You're going to have to, you know, whatever your craft has been that you've been working on, somebody might have to do some travel as well, but it is going to lead to, if you surrender, it is going to lead to money, abundance, and also is going to lead to you having roots planted. Okay, let's see what else we can find up here. Somebody is confessing to someone with this song. Listen, did y'all hear the words? He said, I need you back one more time. He said, play it straight, no games. Somebody is saying that somebody is speaking their truth through this song. They didn't want to play no games, baby. They said they want to play it straight, no games. Well, shoot, when it comes to connection and relationship, that's the only way I like it. I don't like all that bullshit little games. Y'all be on some dumb shit. Then get out of my life. You gonna be playing the games? I don't got time for this. I got all kind of shit I could be doing. And playing a game with you is not what I'm trying to do. Okay, we're gonna play a game. Let's get a board game like Monopoly or some shit. Like, let's do that. Let's get on some Mortal Kombat. But I am not about to play a game of life with you. Are you fucking kidding me? I ain't got time for that. So anyway, yeah, somebody sent a message through that song because I felt very, you know, when I get a download from a song, it's usually words that pop out in the song that just feel like they just deeply resonate with me. And I just had that moment just then. Right when I stopped talking and I started looking at the speaker, it was exactly when it resonated in that way. So if you are feeling connected to the message, then I would say you definitely want to go ahead and listen to that song. It's called No Games by... And this song is, you know, old as history, but I don't know what the hell. Serrani? Okay. I say old as history. This song is old as history, baby, but I don't know the name of the guy, okay? That's the dude right there, okay? Serrani, No Games. Like I said, this song is old as history. Look, 2009, okay? Okay, 2009, but that is a banger. Anytime you're in a reggae club, that motherfucker come on, everybody knows the song, okay? Everybody loves the song. It still plays to this day as if it was brand new, okay? And it sounds like it was old, okay? It sounds like an old song. So anyway, No Games by Serrani. Definitely go check that out if you felt resonated with that message or that vibe at that moment, because it may resonate with you. If you are dealing with love situations, love ships, you may find that some of you guys have a person who is secretly connected to you, secretly loving you, secretly wanting to have something more with you or whatever, and they don't want to play no games with you at all. But I don't know what's going on. Moving forward in my life, okay, what's next? We have the, and listen, interestingly enough, a message just came over my, sheesh, I just messed up. A message just came over my thing that said, I wish I could tell you the truth. So somebody who's unable to tell you the truth about how they feel. Okay, that's what this is about. Oh, hold on. I think I missed something good. So the Seven of Wands and the Judgment card. The Seven of Wands and the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is all about prayers, answered prayers, decisions being made. The Judgment card is also represented by the energy of Scorpio, which could be death, transformations. So transitions and transformations, things of that nature. Fighting through changes, challenges. Ooh, so I feel like this is the energy here, these two cards. Is the energy of somebody fighting through changes and transformations as well. And you know, I get it, because listen, I just had a fight yesterday, like a full fight, okay? Literally. Okay? And at the end of the day, like, girl, that's when you know, like, if I'm to the point where I'm so angry where it's hands and feet, the point of no return was reached a long time ago. Okay? And there's always a point of return with me. No point of no return, right? There's a point in which if you do not cross over this line, we can return back to settled and being cool and calm and collected. But if you step over that line, okay, of the point of no return, ain't no point of return. We can't return back to calm and everything going good and everything going in your way. Now it's hands and feet. Okay? And so that's how it be. And you know, that's the sad part about life, because at the end of the day, you know, you are who the fuck you are, and regardless of whether or not you can grow and you can expand and you can mature and all that stuff like that, but sometimes if a situation has brought you to an energy, this is what I'm learning about growing and evolution and things of that nature, is that, hey, I can grow and I can evolve and all that good shit, but I can still put these hands and feet on you too, okay? And then, and that's what it get to. But at the end of the day, like sometimes it's like, okay, you didn't have to go that far, but also sometimes you took it there and I'm taking it to hell. Now what? Okay? So that's the thing you have to learn about yourself. You know, who are you? This journey is about learning who you are, how you respond to certain things, how you can, you know, iterate that, communicate that to others, and whether or not they're going to be able to make adjustments that they need to make in order to not make it where you get to that point, right? And sometimes people can and will make those adjustments, and sometimes people cannot and they will not make those adjustments. It just is what it is. Okay? All right? And so, hey, Judgment card is looking at me, let me know, hey, how do you need to make that decision about that then and there. That's up to you. You make that decision. Okay, your prayers might be answered through that as well. That's an interesting little take that that came into the conversation. Because, you know, at the end of the day, here's the thing, like, hey, listen, one thing about it is, and I believe in this, you must always be able to and be willing to defend yourself. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you are your first and last point of defense. And so, if you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything, basically. Okay? So yes, you need to defend yourself. You need to be willing to defend yourself. You need to be willing to protect yourself. And it doesn't have to involve fighting, physical fighting, and things of that nature, but it should involve you. If you feel like you need to protect yourself, then you go to the brim of that, and then obviously in life we try to avoid situations and scenarios where we get into those types of environment, right? We try to avoid them, but sometimes they're unavoidable. It's just life. All right. So I don't feel bad about it. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't feel bad about the fact that, hey, listen, I gave it all I got. I did what I could do, and then I couldn't do no more. And so now here we are. Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, y'all, all I'm trying to say is this. Listen, you're going to have to defend yourself, okay? Decisions are made from that. And this is what has recently occurred. You know, this is funny because this is looking at me like, girl, this is what you just did. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Moving forward. Moving on in my life. I'm not focusing on that anymore. So the work and the effort that you put in may require you to do a little bit of traveling, a little bit of moving around. You know what I mean? You might have to move. You might have to find a new place to stay. All that good stuff. That's cool too. That's fine. We can do that. You know what I mean? Because you should be willing to make your environment change as well. Sometimes you got to get out of the old environment in order for the new things to start happening. That's the manifestation card of the magician, right? The magician is all about manifestation, right? Being resourceful. You know, if you want new things to come into your life, sometimes you gotta see new things. You gotta go and experience and explore new things, or you gotta put yourself in new rooms, new environments, with new conversations, with new people sometimes, right? In order to elevate or get to the where you actually want to be in life, right? So sometimes it requires you to get out that old space that you've been in and get in a new space. Because maybe the old space that you've been in, there's nothing inspiring you to move towards the new space. Okay? This can relate to people as well. This can relate to people. This can relate to places and things. Noun, a whole noun. This can relate to the nouns. Yes, it can. It just based on, you just place this in your life however it makes sense for you in your life. Okay? All right, that's it. I'm done. I am done. Anybody have any questions? Let me know right now. If not, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications each and every time I upload a new video, and smash the like button. I'm going to wait just a few minutes. I want to thank once again for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notifications each and every day, each and every time I upload a new video. I know I have not been going live lately, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Okay? Your girl's back here in the back, you know, figuring some shit out, you know, thinking about my life, you know, decompressing from all the energies that I was feeling on this channel for no fucking reason, because people want to do some bullshit, right? But that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's their own personal shit, their own personal drama they got to get through, and, you know, at this point, ain't got nothing to do with me, okay? But the nice break was really good because I feel like today's messages were really poignant. I feel like they were very good lessons to talk about and to share, because I'm sure that many of you, you know, may be experiencing things where these messages make sense to you in your life, okay? So thank you again for tuning in. Like I said, if anybody have any questions, let me know now or forever hold your peace. All right? And we know that there are people that hold their peace forever and ever and ever, but closed mouth don't get fed, okay? Unasked questions don't get answered. You feel me? You feel me? Okay. We on the same page? We on the same page. All right. Let me know. Anybody have any questions going once? The Lover's card. Does anybody have any questions going twice? Hey, Cat Goddess. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. What do I need to know right now, potentially? Okay. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Why am I doing a little annoying? Thank you for asking. All right, Spirit, clear and concise messages. auspicious. Oh, that's too many cards. I know you ain't trying to do that. So first and foremost, whatever it is that you need to, that is, hold on, whatever it is, whatever victory it is that you are going to, are being led to, want to go to, want to happen in your life, will not happen without you stepping into the power of that, or of you, of needing to get to that point. Temperance card is here, which means there's some alchemy here. There's some tempering, some not overindulging, some balancing out. But there is a need for you to step into a specific direction or path, okay? There is a 7 of Wands here, sorry, 6 of Wands here, and the 6 of Wands does represent victory. I feel like you're in a waiting energy. Why are you in a waiting energy? What are you waiting for? You're waiting for a victory to come through? Why would you be waiting for a victory to come through? You are the victory. You must work towards, okay, you're working towards something, I see. Okay, cool, get it. Standing your ground on it, but also kind of being a little bit apprehensive. Stop stepping into, stop being, and stop proceeding, and stop existing in a way that is okay. So look, I feel like the energy that I'm picking up on at this moment with these three cards right here in front of my face is that you're kind of behaving in a way that is low-key timid. Now, I'm not saying you're timid. I'm not saying that you always timid. I'm not saying that that's how you move in life all the time. But it seems like with this one specific thing, you might be behaving in a timid type of way. It may not be fully timid, maybe a little timid, maybe in certain ways, maybe only in one little particular way you timid. But earlier I was talking about how if you want to go get a new range, right? You want to go get a new range. When you want to go get a new range, and the statement or the lesson of the day was prayers are answered once decisions are made, right? And out of that, we were talking about going to get a car. Let's say you want to get a new range. You go into the dealership and they're like, oh, you know, you walk into the dealership and you walking into the dealership as if they're about to do you a favor. If you have to ask them for a favor, you have to ask them for something. But in reality, what's really happening when you go to buy a car is you're doing them a favor, right? But you're walking around as if you are asking someone for something. And so in a timid manner, in a timid way, in a timid fashion. So don't do that, okay? You make me feel so good. You. 3s, 2 3s, 3 3 you might be seeing. Three, 3. So I feel like you're in a bit of a waiting energy, kind of working towards something, but stop moving in whatever direction. Even if you're studying something and you're learning something, go into it like a boss. Like, go into it like you know that you're going to come out of this on top. Okay, my bad. Whatever this could be you wanting a specific relationship. Stop going into it like you asking somebody for a favor. Stop going into it like you asking somebody to do something for you. You're not. You know, you still making decisions. You are prayers are answered once decisions are made. Okay, you are making a decision. I'm making a decision to do this thing. And how I step into it is I'm going to do this thing, even if I experience or have some challenges. I'm not going to go into it hesitant or like, you know, apprehensive, or like I need to be timid. You're not timid. Don't be timid. Don't need for no. So move that out the way. Whatever that is, energy, move it out the way. Okay. All right. Moving done. I'm done with that. Anyway, the victory is here. Some balance. You got to step into your power. Yes, you do. Okay. Yes, there is some need for some balance here. You're going to be doing that, balancing out things. I feel like the main message here is stop walking around as if you are asking people to loan you $100,000. You're not. Okay. At the end of the day, even when you go into a situation and you're asking for a loan of $100,000, you are going to give those people interest. You're going to pay them people $599,000 from a $100,000 loan. Okay. They not doing you no favor. You doing them a favor. Okay. So let's just keep that in forefront of the mind. Okay. And so that's all I got. I know you're like, girl, what is you saying? But let me just shuffle a little more. Ace of Pentacles is here. Ace of Pentacles let me know that there are opportunities, that there are, you know, new opportunities for you to explore are present. New possibilities rather than opportunities. New possibilities. Yeah, I feel like you just make a decision, okay? Your wheel of fortune is based upon how you are moving forward in your life, how you are deciding to do things in your life. And I feel as though you need to stop walking around life like you're asking for a question, like you're asking a question. You're not asking a question, okay? You are rendering a solution, okay? You are understanding the solution, and you are finding your happiness through that. I feel like you got some happiness coming and some fortune coming as well. A prayer will be answered. So if you were looking for a specific fortune, maybe this fortune that you're looking for is love, money. I don't know what it is. But whatever that fortune it is that you're looking for, it is coming through. It may feel hidden though. You might feel it's hidden. It may feel hidden. You may feel apprehensive. That I feel is because your energy is potentially fighting. Like you are not sure about what you want to receive in a specific regard, and you need to just become clear upon that. You have to just become clear about what you want and what you want to see happen, and allow it to happen from your knowing that it will happen. All right, this is involving your manifestation, which the Temperance card is bringing in, because this is about you kind of alchemizing a situation, turning it into what you want. And that's what I feel. Like you need to start turning it into what you want. Turn it into what you want by stepping in your power, okay? Taking responsibility for where you are, your emotions, with the King of Cups being here. The King of Cups is letting me know that this is about Abby. I don't know. Anyway, victory is here. I feel like this is it. The message is, you know, step into your fortune knowing that it belongs to you. I don't know if you're walking into life a little bit timid, or you're a little like talking like a little church mouse. Girl, walk in that room and tell them what it is going to be. Okay, tell them what is going to happen here today. What is going to happen here today is I'm going to get this vehicle. Okay, you're going to go ahead and find a loan for me, so we can go ahead and pay for this vehicle, and I'm going to walk out with the keys in the vehicle. And I'm not about to pay you $10,000 in a down payment or deposit. I'm going to give you $1,500. Or, matter of fact, I'm giving you zero deposit. That's what you're going to do. You're going to give me zero deposit. You're going to give me the keys, and you're going to give me the vehicle. And I'm going to walk out of here with that vehicle. Maybe it's a relationship. Hey, we're going to walk into this connection. We're going to walk into this connection. We're about to step into this relationship. That's what we about to do. Okay? You and me. We're stepping into this relationship. Okay? I know you're like, but what about the other person? They'll decide that they know what's good for them. You know what I mean? Like, they know what's right. You know? Like, you know what's right for you. Like, why are you acting like that? Okay? But of course, that requires you to have your own power, to step into your own power. That requires you to know, to alchemize the energy and to know, what it is that you desire and what you want, and to know that you're here to win what it is that you desire. Prayers are answered after decisions. Once decisions are made, the fortune is here for you. And that's what I got for you, Cat Goddess. Thank you so much for tuning in, love. Hopefully you got something from that. Ciao. And then that damn OJ wants to know, hello. Will Abby contact me this week? I think she's mad at me and depressed. You're welcome. You think that Abby is mad and depressed? Okay, well, I was just shuffling just now while I was about to read your question, and the death card came out. I'm going to continue shuffling because it came out before, the question was fully loaded and all that, So we're just going to go on and just give it another opportunity, okay? Spirit. The question is, will Abby contact me this week? I think she's mad at me and depressed. Oof. Sheesh. I mean, it's just constant. What is going on? Depression, potentially. Look, 9 of Swords. But that, hey, listen, the answer is no. Will this person contact you? I'm not seeing it. You want me to shuffle again? No problem. 3rd time's a charm. Okay, 3rd time's a charm says 2 of Cups. Okay, that's a yes. Okay, I would say this is a yes. But we got to keep in mind. Okay, we had 2 no's and a yes. Okay, so when you do rock paper scissors, it's 2 out of 3 good. What do? We do 2 out of 3, right? Okay, and 2 out of 3 means what? So you take that how you want to take it. I ain't gonna choose. I ain't gonna choose for you, because we could just say nope. Those other times don't count. That's problem. That's nope. That's fine. That's fine too. Okay. So let's look at this. The 2 of Cups is here. 2 of Cups is here. Okay. 2 of Cups means yes. And also, in addition to the 2 of Cups being here, it's giving that energy of kind of like that partnering, that coupling, that coming together. So what y'all doing? Let me get in these cards a little bit more. Let me see. Let me find out. Okay. Let me see. Cause y'all know I'm nosy. Look, my daughter, I was talking to my daughter the other day. I was like, you nosy? She says, yep. And I think it's so funny because I'm a little bit nosy when it comes to y'all readings. I'll be in these cards, okay? I may not always, tell y'all what I be seeing, but I be seeing it. And I'll be like, it be a lot of stuff going on in these cards. Okay, so let's see here. Strength card is here with the, oh, it's 12:04. Okay, I gotta go. So any final questions? Going, was it twice? Going once? Anybody else with the questions? Let me know now. Going once? Strength card is here with the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. Yeah, there looks like there's a decision to make here. Okay, I don't need to get in your business like that. You asked a yes or no question. The answer is yes. Okay, with this pull is a yes, but keep in mind we had 2 no's before. Now, the 2 of Cups can represent coming together. Yes, it can. The Strength card also represents preparation, Leo energy, tamed energy. It can also represent strength, self-discipline, so many different things. Whatever popped out for you, let it be, okay? Also, we did get the 9 of Cups as well here at the bottom of the deck, which represents achievement and success. So, yeah, maybe you and this person achieve and success, achieve a decision, okay? Maybe y'all achieve a decision to come together, okay? Maybe this is what y'all gonna end up doing, okay? All right, I'm done. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you got what you needed out of that. Now, like I said, you know how you do rock, paper, scissors, 2 out of 3. You choose how you want to look at that. That's no problem for me. I don't care. I don't mind. It's just no big deal for me, okay? All right. You're welcome. Okay, any final questions? Going once. Thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and hit the bell so you get notifications when I upload new videos. I am doing a free yes or no question. If you are interested, please let me know right now, because we're going twice. Anybody have any questions? Going twice. Alrighty, let's see here what's going on in this phone, girl. Okay. Why? Oh shoot. Well, I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna take care of that. Okay, we gotta do the electricity. All right, anybody else have any final questions? Going 3 times. I want to thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in to my channel. Are we done? Thank you. All right, we done. All right. Okay, she is registered. Let me see if I can find her online, girl. So once again, going 3 times. Anybody? I guess this is 4 times. Going 4th. Anybody have any final questions? Okay. If not, no big deal. I want to thank you guys so much. Ah, it's registered. She's right there at the top. Okay, girl. How you doing? Okay, so yes, thank you guys once again for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notifications every time I upload a new video. I'm so glad to share these messages with you guys today. I cannot wait to come back and share more messages with you guys in the future. I have missed this channel so much, but girl, honey, girl been over here just living life, you know what I mean? Trying to get my life, trying to keep my life, okay? Not in no nefarious kind of, not no ominous way, but just in a regular way, you know? I will see you guys on the next one. Bye now.